What's good, YouTube? Your boy DB is back, and in today's video we're going to be talking about another play to earn game that I'm already involved in. I've already played the pre-alpha, I've interviewed the developers, and I've got a really good feeling about this one. I really like it. It's very strategy based, it's not pay to win, it's a skill based game, and that's right up my alley, as a lot of you know from my theory crafting in previous games in both Web 2 and Web 3. So before we get into this video, be sure to check out my Patreon. By becoming an early member of my Patreon for just £4 a month, you'll gain access to a special area of my Discord where you can pick my brain, see the moves I'm making or planning to in both crypto and play to earn gaming even before I cover it in videos. This is along with many other perks and future planned perks tied to my own projects. If you just checked out my Patreon, thank you very much, but we're straight into the video now here for Icons of Theia. This is not just some, oh, there's this game offering me loads of money, I'll go and shill this thing. I'm actually involved in this game, okay? I have played the closed pre-alpha, I've given feedback and suggestions on gameplay mechanics, trying to bring my experience from Web 2 into Web 3 gaming, because obviously I've been involved with lots of gaming companies in standard gaming too, from EA to Ubisoft to Scopely to multiple other companies that have reached out for, you know, just input on their games, and now that is happening to me in Web 3, probably more so in fact because of the tier of experience I've had in traditional gaming. And Icons of Theia are another one of those that have picked my brain for feedback on the gameplay, and I liked the pre-alpha. It was a strategy based game, so it wasn't a case of just, oh, if I play the strongest NFT I win. It didn't work that way. The NFTs are skins, they were cosmetic, so it came down to utilizing the map. That there are areas like high ground gives you additional, you know, bonuses on attack and buffs on defense. There are areas you can't traverse. There are ranged abilities, support, tanks, melee, all these kind of things that I had to factor in when I faced my opponent in this closed pre-alpha. I won, by the way, so hopefully I can bring that strategy theory crafting skill set that I have from other games into Icons of Theia going forward. I am involved also in the sense that I already own a bunch of the uncommon skins. The game, by the way, is on Polygon, so none of those enormous Ethereum gas fees, which are unfortunately hampering some other promising games out there in the play to earn sphere of gaming. So let's get into a little bit more here. I have, by the way, spoken to the developers previously, and I've vetted the game. I feel very confident with this, and comfortable. I was going to say both of those words at the same time then. So I'm confident and comfortable with this game, and hopefully we can get another AMA going with those devs. Maybe we can do it over on my Twitch channel. A lot of you guys follow me on Twitch as well. I've got over 2,500 followers there, so be sure to check out Twitch if you'd like to see live gameplay. Here on YouTube, I primarily feature pre-recorded footage and videos and guides and things like that, so two different styles of my content in two different areas. Right, so here is their actual website, iconsoftheia.com. I'll have all the links in the description as well as the important ones in the pinned comments, so you can find them all. It's a free-to-play game. That's a big thing for me. A lot of play to earn games have enormous buy-in, which just isn't feasible for your average gamer, and it's not the case here on Icons of Theia. As I have said, the NFTs are skins, they are cosmetic. If we scroll down, you can see it's a mobile based game, which I also love. I feel that the mobile space is going to be very important for play to earn mass adoption, or play to own adoption for that matter. Not every game needs to necessarily, in my opinion, pay you. As long as it gives you ownership of the assets and an ability in a marketplace to therefore sell them. I think that's the important part for the future of gaming, but this is a play to earn one. And also something I will touch on later on is something called pay to create, which is very interesting. So yes, you assemble your icons, your characters, that they've all got their own unique stats. There are various, you know, some are good at range, some are support, some are tanks, some are melee, and you can use like the map and certain features of the map to your advantage, and to trap your opponent in the style of gameplay as well, because it's turn-based, much like the early strategy games that initially hooked me, Final Fantasy VII, for example, things like that. They got a great community, their Discord, I'll have a link to that as well. Here's your overall world. there are many different areas, clans. There's a guild system coming in as well. If we switch over to the video deck and things that they've given me, to just basic things like I might want to cover in this video. Here are the teams. So you've got a nice docs team. You haven't got to worry about an anonymous team that are going to rug you out the middle of nowhere, which unfortunately we see a lot in the early days of the play to earn space. But we're starting to get really good projects like this one that are popping up. They're a great team. I've spoken to them personally. I have a really good feeling about this one. Obviously, the core values of this game being the actual fun gaming aspect. I feel one thing that has hindered play to earn has been really the entire leverage of playing the game has been on just earning, and as a result of that, it's seen mass extraction, and lots of games that weren't prepared for the model just ended up collapsing. Icons of Theia is really built around creativity, strategy, and gameplay first, which is what these games are going to need to be successful in the long run. I will get some gameplay footage in just a second. I have got that for you. Here we go. Here is the play and earn and the create to earn thing. This blows my mind. They're going to allow us to actually kind of like work on our own game modes, on our own maps and things like that, which the community can then use in game. This is huge. We see this in other games, I believe like Minecraft and stuff like that. I've seen loads of mods, and there are loads of games now that we play and take for granted that were actually based off of mods of pre-existing games. I believe Battlegrounds, like the big battle royale game, actually started as a mod for another game, and Icons of Theia is going to allow us to pretty much do that sort of thing, being able to take a play to earn game and create our own sort of like, you know, maps and gameplay that the communities can get involved in, and yet still be part of Icons of Theia. This is something very new to play to earn. I haven't seen this in other games. Now, you might want to tell me in the comments that maybe you've come across one, but I haven't actually seen this, particularly in a game that I know to be a real game that I've actually played. That's a very key thing for me. But we've got the standard play to earn things that we're familiar with, you know, quests, count leveling, battling, and esports tournaments, which I'm huge on. I love esports. So, and I feel that's another crucial thing going forward for play to earn, because esports in terms bring in sponsors, which help fund those play to earn mechanics externally without necessarily coming from new players coming into the ecosystem, which is another thing Web 2 usually criticize Web 3 for. So it looks like the team have really thought about the problems that other play to earn games before them have faced and have come up with these new ways to rectify said problems, which excites me greatly. Here's their ecosystem. So we've got the play and earn, the create to earn, the standard gameplay. We've got the faction wars going on, which is like a separate entity really. That's where guilds will come in, promising players will get involved in the esports scene, influencers like myself will get involved in those. I know Luke Plays to Earn is also very keen on Icons of Theia, and that there are some other influencers out there in the play to earn space that have also spoken to me somewhat recently about Icons of Theia because I've had the opportunity to play the game. And here we go with the roadmap. The closed beta is coming up. Obviously, the closed alpha is going on at the moment, and I liked what I saw. I really did like what I saw. Should we pop over to some gameplay? This is what everybody's waiting for, I'm sure. Okay, so let's get to it. Let me just take off the old cam frame at the bottom. I was just going to hide some stuff. Obviously, ownership's the big thing in Web 3. It's what separates us from Web 2. You selected your characters this way, and they had their own unique skins if you owned them and stuff, but the stats remained the same, which was a really key thing. A lot of play-to-earn games, usually the better NFT has higher stats, and therefore it becomes like kind of pay to win. Wasn't that way in this one. Here you can see your mana pool on the bottom left, which was shared across your characters. Movement was based on their stats. Some could move like 3 spots, some could move 2, and you can see in the map layout you've got certain obstacles. Obviously water, you can't fight directly over unless you had a ranged character. You had high ground here, which meant you took less damage but did more damage. So it's really a case of like moving your opponent into a certain area, and it was very turn-based, which meant you would go, all your 3 characters would go first in one round, but in the second round, or your opponent would go first. So it would mean that they would find ways to, I personally trapped my opponent in this manner. I set him up so the next round where I went first essentially meant I got 2 turns in a row and was able to beat him very, very easily in this way. Yeah, so you're able to use your icons that you're able to pick up. There were a few like art styles and changes that I suggested to kind of spice things up a little bit as well. As you can see, when you attack, this little animation comes in. I'm hoping they'll bring in more of a bigger 3D using your skin animation at the bottom here. Maybe see a sword swinging and things, but you could see your stats at the top when you clicked on a character, and save up the mana pool to use on specific ones. Maybe you're saving up to use your healer's special at the bottom here, or a ranged, which is what I did. I used ranged to actually attack from the back and keep one of my characters in a safe distance the whole time. And much like that player, I won as well, which was freaking awesome. So overall, the closed beta, it was a very simple yet successful closed alpha build, in my opinion. There's so much scope and room for to grow this game, which is something I'm very, very excited about. So I will leave all the links and stuff in the description and the pinned comments below. I hope to see you in this community. I intend to play this game also alongside, you know, Splinterlands and other things that I do that I'm known for here. So this is a game you will see a little bit more on my channel. I'm already invested in it. I will be involved in further closed alpha testing. I'm sure I'll be in the beta as well, obviously. And as soon as I can, I will get some more interviews, because I've already interviewed the devs once on a Twitter Spaces. I will be doing more an updated one soon, because we've already gone and you know, I've tested it now. I've got more knowledge of the game, so I've got some more questions I want to throw at them. If you have any questions you want to ask, drop them in the comments and I'll throw them in, and hopefully perhaps we can do this live as well, so you'll be able to ask your questions in chat and I can throw, and we can catch these devs off guard. They were absolutely great guys, by the way. They were very open with both challenging questions and the bog standard promo questions. So very, very excited for Icons of Theia. Hopefully I'll see you guys in this community, and until next time, we out of here. Be sure to like and subscribe.